In this lesson, we'll take a look at the basic functionality of the S3 control surface, dock and iPad. These elements of the Sound Studio simply give you the capability to use physical controls in the form of buttons, faders and rotary controls in order to complete your audio mix. They're all optimised to be used with Pro Tools, but basic functionality is also available within Audition. In order to use the control surface and dock, you need to make sure that the U-Control app is running on the Mac before you open Audition or Pro Tools. If it's not, click on the spotlight magnifying glass in the top right-hand corner of your screen and type EU Control and double-click on the top hit. If you see any pop-up notifications about firmware updates, click OK and then go to the Window menu, followed by U-Control Settings. Within the All Surfaces tab, you should see the Avid S3, Avid Dock and Avid Control. Select each of them and add them into the My Surfaces list. In Audition, open the Preferences and go to the Control Surface Settings. And if it's not already there, add a Yukon device and click OK, and then close your preferences. The control surface and dock should now mirror your multi-track session. We'll focus on using Audition within this video, but the basic principles are the same if you're using Pro Tools. Each track is represented on the S3 by a separate control strip, similar to the on-screen mixer window. Track names can be seen on the small LED displays. Any adjustments to a track's fader can be made using the silver slider, as well as track pan positions using the lower of the two rotary controls. You can mute and solo tracks using the two buttons above the fader, as well as selecting tracks with the cell button if you want to quickly update the on-screen effects rack. If you want to arm a track ready for recording, click the Rec button and disarm by pressing it again. If you've got a lot of tracks in your session, you can bring those into view using the Nudge or Bank buttons. Nudge moves the S3's controls along by one track at a time, whereas Bank moves from the first 16 tracks to the next 16, and so on. Over on the dock, you've got standard transport controls such as stop, play, record and loop playback, as well as a single fader which represents the software's currently selected track. Zoom H allows you to use the silver control wheel to horizontally zoom in and out of your tracks, and Zoom V will zoom in and out vertically, making the track height bigger or smaller. Selecting Jog will let you move the playhead left and right, and Shuttle will let you play back your sequence at vary speed, depending on how far you move the control wheel. Moving to the iPad, opening the Avid Control app also provides some editing and mixing functionality as well. For example, the Mixer tab works in the same way as your DAW or the S3 control surface, and the global navigator at the top allows you to scroll through all of your tracks. If you want to adjust the automation mode, you can change it here. So for example, if we change a track's automation mode from read to write, we can use either the iPad or the S3 to draw in some track or pan automation. There's other options at the top as well, but again, these are optimised for Pro Tools rather than Audition. So for example, the Channel tab lets you add and adjust effect sends or inserts. Finally, you can select between using the transport controls at the bottom of the interface or using soft keys instead, which gives quick access to some commonly used functions. In this lesson, we've discussed the basics of how to use the S3 control surface, dock and iPad. This video series has also given us the opportunity to take a look at powering up and shutting down the Sound Studio equipment, setting up the live room, specific hardware such as the Focusrite Red 4 Pre, headphone amp, talkback unit and loudness monitor, and how to set up for recording in Audition and Pro Tools, and workflows used for recording Foley and ADR. For more information or for technical assistance, please speak to a technical specialist.